Hola, campeón. Pero que lo estés pasando bien. Confused? That was just Spanish for hey champ, I hope you're having a good time. I really hope you are, now that you're learning mathematics as well as Spanish. In the previous video, we discussed the concepts of surface area and volume as a whole, and then went on to derive the formulae for finding the surface areas of cuboids and cubes. Now, at the end of the video, I told you that practicing problems based on what we have learned would ensure that your foundation remains strong. This video is to aid just that. To test how well you have understood the surface areas of cuboids and cubes, we'll be attacking some really interesting problems. So, are you ready to rumble? Let's roll. Now, before we delve right into solving problems, it will be wise if we take a quick look at the formulae for the surface areas of cuboids and cubes. Now, for a cuboid, the total surface area is calculated using 2 into LB plus BH plus HL, where LB and H are just the three different edge lengths, and its lateral surface area, which is the area of the faces excluding the top and the bottom, is calculated using 2 into L plus B into H. And for a cube, its total surface area is calculated using 6S squared, where S is the edge length of the cube, and its lateral surface area is calculated using 4S squared. So, now that the formulae are at your fingertips, let's begin to apply them. We'll start with a fairly simple question. Say it's this one. It states that a cubical box has each edge 10 centimeters long, and a cuboidal box is 12.5 centimeters long, 10 centimeters wide, and 8 centimeters high. Now, we need to find which box has the greater lateral surface area and by how much. And we also need to find which box has the smaller total surface area and by how much. Isn't this super easy? The question tells us that there's a cubical box and a cuboidal box of the following measurements, and all we need to do is compare their lateral surface areas and also their total surface areas. How difficult is that? Not at all. We can apply the formula directly and get the results. But before we even get into calculations, which shape do you think has a greater lateral surface area? This cube or this cuboid? Keep your answers ready and we will see if they match our calculation. So, for a cube of edge length S, its lateral surface area is 4S squared. So, this cube has edge length 10 centimeters. Therefore, its lateral surface area would be 4 into 10 centimeters whole squared, which just simplifies to 400 square centimeters. And since the edge lengths of this cuboid are 12.5 centimeters, 10 centimeters and 8 centimeters, its lateral surface area would be 2 into L plus B into H, which is nothing but 2 into 12.5 plus 10 into 8. Following BODMAS to solve this, we finally arrive at 360 square centimeters. Thus, it's pretty evident that the lateral surface area of the cube is greater than that of the cuboid by 40 square centimeters. Did you guess it right? Great! If not, no worries. Here's another chance. Which shape of the two do you think has a smaller total surface area? Made your guess? Let's see if you are right again. So, for this cube, its total surface area would just be 6S squared, which is the same as 6 into 10 centimeters whole squared, which just simplifies to 600 square centimeters. And for this cuboid, its total surface area would just be 2 into LB plus BH plus HL, which is the same as 2 into 12.5 centimeters into 10 centimeters plus 10 centimeters into 8 centimeters plus 8 centimeters into 12.5 centimeters. On simplifying the bracket, we would arrive at 2 into 305 square centimeters, which, as we all know, is nothing but 610 square centimeters. Surprisingly, this time the total surface area of the cuboid is greater than that of the cube. Or in other words, the total surface area of the cube is smaller than that of the cuboid, and the difference is 10 square centimeters. Was your guess correct this time too? Great! If not, you got tricked by the question. Nothing to worry about though. Your calculations are correct, so your answers are also correct. Full marks to you. Now, looking at these answers, an interesting question comes to my mind. Why is it that the cube has a greater lateral surface area but a smaller total surface area? Are you curious about this too? Well, the answer in one word is length. Let me explain it to you by playing with these shapes. So here I have the cube and here the cuboid. Now, we need to find the area of each face of these two shapes. So, I'll begin with the cube because it's the easiest. The area of each face of this cube would just be 10 centimeters whole squared or 100 square centimeters. On the other hand, the areas of the faces of this cuboid would be 100 centimeters each for the front and the back faces, 80 square centimeters each for the left and the right faces, and 125 square centimeters each for the top and the bottom faces. Now, when we are talking about the lateral surface area, we are essentially talking about the four side faces of the shapes, right? And what do we see? We see that two faces of the cuboid have the same area as the faces of the cube, but the other two faces are smaller in area. So, when we add all the areas together, we see that the cube gets an advantage of 40 square centimeters because of these two faces. However, the cuboid makes up for it in the total surface area. See, the longest edges of the cuboid are the length and the breadth, which make up the top and the bottom faces. So naturally, the areas of the top and the bottom faces are greater compared to those of the other faces. But such is not the case in a cube, because there the area of each face is the same. So naturally, when the top and the bottom faces are added to the area, we get the total surface area of the cuboid, which is greater than that of the cube. But when the top and the bottom faces are excluded, we get the lateral surface area of the cuboid, which is smaller than that of the cube. Mathematics is all about trial and error, right? The more you practice, the more mistakes you will make. And the more you learn from those mistakes, the better you will score. Don't you want to score better in your exams? We all do. But for that, constant practice is a must. So, if it pleases you, watch this video once again, keep making mistakes, but keep learning from them.